Are you tired of feeling like you're playing emotional chess blindfolded? Sick of losing respeto, being subtly led down a path of manipulocua? Or worse, watching opportunities with incredible women vanish because you just don't get it? Look, most men operate on hope, good intentions, and a truckload of naive assumptions. They stumble through relationships, utterly disarmed, becoming unwitting pawns in a wago mental they didn't even know they were in. This isn't about being a nice guy. It's about being an effective one. It's about cultivating true potter. What if I told you there are specific, predictable emotional vulnerabilities in women that, once understood, grant you an almost unfair advantage? We're not talking about cheesy pickup lines or fake bravado. We're delving into the strategic mind, the kind of strategia masculina that would make even Machiavelli nod in approval. This isn't for the faint of heart, nor for those who cling to fairy tales. This is for the hombre de alto valor who wants to master his control, emotional, and dominate the interaction, not be dominated by it. If you're tired of being the nice guy who finishes last, if you're ready to flip the script and operate from a position of undeniable strength, then pay close attention, because what you're about to learn will fundamentally shift your entire approach. Fail to grasp these truths, and you'll forever be at the mercy of forces you don't comprehend. Stay to the end, or remain weak. The first brutal truth, gentlemen, is this: most of you have been operating under a deeply flawed premise. You think being nice is a strategy. It's not. It's a surrender. The nice guy is fundamentally reactive. He waits for permission. He hopes for crumbs. He never dictates the terms. He's a pawn in her game, not the player. The sooner you shed that illusion, the sooner you start to breathe. What we're talking about is understanding the very fabric of human interaction, especially the intricate dance between masculine and feminine energy. It's not about being a villain. It's about being sovereign. It's about cultivating such a potent sense of control, emotional, that you become an unshakable force, impervious to her emotional turbulence, while subtly influencing hers. Think of it like this: if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs, you've already won half the battle. This isn't just about not getting mad. It's about remaining utterly unfazed, even when she tries to pull you into her emotional vortex. Her tears, her drama, her tests, they're just data points, not directives. The man who masters his control, emotional, doesn't react. He calculates, he observes, he then acts, or doesn't act, entirely on his terms. This is the cornerstone of true potter. Without it, you're just another ship tossed by the waves, utterly at the mercy of external forces. Now, let's peel back another layer. The world, my friends, is a grand wago mental, and if you're not playing to win, you're already losing. Women by their nature are masters of emotional intelligence. It's their native tongue. They communicate, test, and influence through it. To ignore this is to walk into a lion's den with a lollipop. Understanding manipulation isn't about becoming a sinister puppet master. It's about recognizing the levers of influence and ensuring you're not the puppet. It's about leveraging the very dynamics she naturally employs, but with a cold, calculated intent. And hombre de alto valor doesn't cower from this truth. He embraces it. He understands that every interaction is a negotiation of frames, a subtle push and pull for dominance. He doesn't resort to cheap tricks. He operates with an overarching strategia masculina that subtly shifts the power dynamic in his favor. This isn't about being overtly aggressive. It's about being strategically assertive. It's about setting the stage, defining the terms, and subtly making her chase your frame. This is where respeto is born. Women don't respect weakness or desperation. They respect strength, self-possession, and the quiet confidence of a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to walk away. They respect a man who is unaffected by their ploys, the man who subtly turns their own weapons back on them without them even realizing it. The kind of man who would make Machiavelli proud, seeing his principles of calculated influence and understanding human nature applied, not in affairs of state, but in the most intimate of human relationships. You want respect. You earn it by demonstrating that you are the prize, not the supplicant. You earn it by mastering the wago mental, by understanding the subtle art of manipulation, not to harm, but to guide the interaction towards outcomes that serve your highest interests, and frankly, hers too, because she respects strength, not weakness. You earn it by mastering the wago mental, by understanding the subtle art of manipulation, not to harm, but to guide the interaction towards outcomes that serve your highest interests, and frankly, hers too, because she respects strength, not weakness. Now let's talk about her Achilles heel, her true addiction, validation. See, her brain is wired for it. Every "you're so pretty" or "you're the best" is a hit of dopamine, a chemical reward. It's like a drug, mate, and she's hooked. She's been conditioned since birth to crave that hit, to seek external validation for her worth, for her very existence. It's a societal construct, weaponized by social media and filtered selfies, creating a self-perpetuating loop of superficiality. And the average male, bless his naive heart, walks right into it, showering her with the very fuel that keeps her addicted, inadvertently diminishing his own value in the process. And hombre de alto valor doesn't ignore this. He uses it, not to destroy, but to sculpt the dynamic. He understands that withholding or strategically giving validation is a potent form of manipulation, a subtle chess move in the **Wego, mental ***. It's about leveraging her innate wiring, not fighting it. This is where the 70-30ths rule comes in, a cornerstone of any effective strategic masculina. You give her 70% interest enough to make her feel seen, appreciated, but never fully possessed, never completely secure in your unwavering adoration, and 30% mystery enough to keep her guessing, chasing, investing. It's like teasing a cat with a laser pointer. You never quite let her catch it, but the chase itself is the reward. It builds tension, builds anticipation. It's in its purest form, derived from scarcity. When your validation becomes a limited resource, it instantly gains value. The average bloke praises her looks. "You're so hot, beautiful dress." That's amateur hour. That's low-value validation because it's effortless for her. It requires no investment from her side. You want to make her work for your approval. You praise her intellect, her wit, her problem-solving skills, her drive. "That was a sharp insight. I admire your resilience. Your creativity is impressive." Why? Because these are things she develops, things she invests in. When you validate that, you're not just giving a compliment. You're recognizing her effort, her essence. You're telling her, "I see the depth in you, not just the surface." This kind of praise sticks. It creates a different kind of dependency, a deeper rispetto for your perception. It bypasses the superficial dopamine hit for something more profound, something that makes her value your opinion above others. This isn't about being a validation miser. It's about becoming a strategic investor. Your praise becomes a currency, not loose change you toss away. This demonstrates true control, emotional over yourself and consequently over the dynamic. You are the rock, unswayed by her emotional tides, and your validation is a rare, potent elixir, not cheap booze. The goal here is to make her associate, view with intellectual stimulation, with challenging conversations, with genuine appreciation for her deeper self, not just her pretty face. That's how you cultivate a profound respeto and subtly wield your power. That's the difference between being a temporary fix and being the man she needs to impress. The man whose opinion genuinely matters to her. This is classic Machiavelli understanding human nature, specifically the human craving for recognition, and using that understanding to establish your influence. Women say they want security, a stable rock, a man who's a safe bet, someone predictable. Bullshit. What they respond to. What truly ignites that primal spark is often the exact opposite. A touch of the unknown, a whiff of unpredictability, a dash of controlled chaos. Security, when it becomes absolute, breeds boredom. It's the comfort zone that stifles desire. Desire lives in the gray areas, in the pursuit, in the delightful frustration of not quite having the whole picture. This isn't about being dodgy or unstable. It's about mastering the Wego mental of attraction. Understanding that the human mind is wired for curiosity, for solving puzzles. This is classic Machiavelli in action. Not about grand political schemes, but about understanding the undercurrents of human nature and using them to your advantage. A man who's an open book from day one is a man who quickly loses his luster. He's predictable, and predictability is the death knell of attraction. Think of yourself as a high-budget Netflix series. You don't dump the entire plot, all the character backstories, and every single twist in the first episode. No, you hook them. You leave them wanting more. You drop tantalizing clues. You build suspense, but you never reveal the whole damn story. You maintain the mystery. The same principle applies to you, to hombre de alto valor. Your life is a narrative, and you are the gatekeeper of its chapters. The rule here, a simple but potent estrategia masculina, is the 70-30th split. Reveal about 70% of yourself, your core values, your vision, your ambitions, your passions, your successes. The broad strokes of the powerful man you are. Show her your competence, your drive, your established world. Let her see enough to understand your caliber, to admire your achievements, to feel that sense of admiration and respeto for your life's trajectory. This provides the perception of a secure, capable man. But that crucial 30%, keep it veiled. Your deepest fears, your exact financial net worth, every single past conquest, your precise vulnerabilities, your entire family history, off limits. Not because you're hiding something nefarious, but because you're maintaining intrigue. You're giving her a puzzle, not a picture book. This isn't about dishonesty, it's about strategic scarcity of information. It's about demonstrating *** control. Emotional *** by not feeling the need to overshare for validation. When you dictate the flow of information, you dictate the dynamic. You are the one in power deciding what's revealed and when. This fuels her Wego mental. She's constantly trying to piece you together, to solve you. And here's the kicker. The more she invests her mental energy in you, the deeper her emotional investment becomes. This is subtle manipulation. Not in a malicious sense, but in guiding her focus and investment towards you. You want her mind working overtime, creating narratives about the unrevealed you. That's where the desire truly blossoms. The unknown is where attraction breeds, where curiosity flourishes, and where your partner as an hombre de alto valor is amplified. Never give her the full blueprint. Always leave a few hidden rooms in the mansion of your life. This keeps her on her toes, wondering, speculating, and actively engaged in trying to understand you, rather than passively consuming every detail. A man who reveals everything too fast becomes predictable, loses his mystique, and a man without mystique quickly loses power. This deliberate ambiguity, this controlled release of information, communicates a profound self-possession. It tells her you're not desperate for her approval, that your world is vast and not fully accessible to just anyone. It builds respeto because you come across as a man with layers, a man worth exploring, a challenge rather than an open book. A man who commands respeto through his very presence, through his reserved demeanor, naturally triggers another fundamental female instinct, the instinct of competition. This isn't some complex psychological trick, it's primal. Think about it. When a woman perceives that a man is desired by other women, her interest in him skyrockets. It's the ultimate social proof. She sees other women, her peers, vying for your attention, and her mind instantly registers you as a high-value commodity. It's not just about her wanting you, it's about her wanting what others want. It's a very real Wago mental, played out on a subconscious level. This isn't about being a player or actively chasing multiple women. It's about building a life, a kingdom, that is inherently attractive and full of vibrant energy, independent of any single woman. An hombre de alto valor doesn't sit around waiting for one woman to validate him. He's got a full calendar, a purpose, a crew of solid brothers, and interests that span beyond the confines of a relationship. He's busy building an empire, not chasing skirts. And this genuine busyness, this genuine full life, naturally creates scenarios where you are interacting with, and yes, desired by, other women. Your life isn't a desert. It's an oasis. An oasis attracts thirsty travelers. The key here is organic interaction, not forced display. You don't brag about your options. You are your options. You maintain a diverse social circle, cultivate hobbies that put you in contact with interesting people, both men and women. Maybe it's a co-ed sports league, a professional networking group, or even just regular meetups with friends who have interesting female friends. Your world is expansive, not insular. When she sees you effortlessly interacting with other attractive women, when she observes how they respond to your charm, your wit, your inherent gravitas, it validates your worth in her eyes. This is subtle manipulation of her perception, showing her, without a single word, that you are a man in demand. Your control emotional ensures you present this naturally, without any hint of desperation or overt peacocking. You simply exist in your element, and your element happens to be one where you are highly sought after. A true student of Machiavelli understands that human nature, particularly female nature, is deeply rooted in primal instincts. One of the strongest of these is the instinct of competition. When she sees you as a prize, as someone other women are keen to possess, it flips a switch in her brain. She starts to view you not just as a potential partner, but as a challenge, a conquest. And women, for all their talk of equality, often thrive on that competitive edge, especially when it comes to securing a truly desirable mate. It's an unspoken strategia masculina that leverages evolutionary psychology. You're not just offering yourself, you're offering the validation of having won you against perceived rivals. This significantly boosts your partner in the dynamic. It communicates that you're not easily obtained, that you're a catch. And when you ultimately choose her, despite clearly having other opportunities, that choice resonates with far greater impact. It elevates her, yes, but crucially, it elevates her on your terms. She feels chosen, not just fallen into. It's the difference between being picked and being picked from a roster of top-tier talent. That's where the real respeto and long-term interest are cemented. You didn't just stumble into her life. You consciously walked into it, having navigated a sea of other invitations. This isn't about playing mind games in a petty sense. It's about understanding the core drivers of human attraction and utilizing that knowledge to your advantage. Every great general understands his battlefield, and the relational space is no different. You're not just showing up, you're showing up as the undisputed champion of the field, the one everyone wants a piece of. This powder isn't given. It's earned through your lifestyle and your strategic presentation of it. Once you've established yourself as the undisputed prize, the next battleground for any shrewd individual is often the emotional one. Most men, bless their naive hearts, screw this up royally, thinking they need to be a human Kleenex dispenser or, worse, a fix-it shop for every sniffle and storm cloud. They jump in, trying to solve, trying to explain, trying to rationalize. Big mistake. This isn't about being a therapist. It's about being the unshakable mountain when her world feels like a tidal wave. It's a supreme display of control, emotional on your part. A woman, in the grip of her emotions, isn't truly looking for you to solve her immediate drama. She's looking for a stable presence who won't get sucked into it, who won't get rattled, and who certainly won't try to fix her as if she's a broken toy trying to fix it. That's like trying to bail out the ocean with a teacup. It just drains you. pulls you into her emotional chaos, and ultimately disempowers her by suggesting she can't navigate her own feelings. She loses respeto for the man who buckles under her emotional pressure, the one who can't hold his own frame when her ship is rocking. Your job, as the hombre de alto valor, is to provide the safe harbor, not to navigate the storm for her. Let her rage, let her cry, let her vent. Your job is to stand there, steady as a rock, absorbing none of it, projecting only calm, unruffled pudor. This is the essence of Estrategia Masculina in the emotional arena. You are the eye of the hurricane.com and unwavering, while the chaos swirls around you. Think of it like a seasoned chess grandmaster. You don't make your moves based on your opponent's immediate emotional outbursts, whether they're frustrated sighs or victorious smirks. You observe, you anticipate, and you maintain your strategic long game unswayed. This isn't just a simple act of empathy. It's a profound understanding of human, specifically female, psychology. It's Machiavelli applied to the domestic front. You're not being cruel. You're being effective. You're orchestrating a situation where she learns to self-regulate, or at the very least understands that your stability is non-negotiable. This approach, dare I say it, is a subtle Wago mental. You're subtly conditioning her to understand that her emotional hurricanes do not dictate your climate. You're teaching her, without uttering a single lecture, that your calm is her anchor, not her personal therapist's couch. It's a form of manipulation, a benevolent one, perhaps, but manipulation non less, in that you're guiding her emotional processing by steadfastly refusing to participate in the drama as anything other than the unwavering pole star. When she's spiraling, your response isn't an anxious, "What can I do to fix this?" It's a calm, resonant, "I'm here, you've got this," or often, just silence, a strong, reassuring hand on her shoulder, a steady, unblinking gaze that says, "I see you, but I'm not going to drown with you." You're not validating the drama, you're validating her right to feel it, while simultaneously demonstrating that you are immune to its pull, that you are the unbreakable shield. That's where the true power lies. It's a massive display of self-possession that commands respeto far more than any frantic attempts to play hero and swoop in. And when she comes out the other side, she doesn't remember you as the guy who fixed her problem, but as the fortress who didn't crack under pressure. That cements your position as the hombre de alto valor, the one she can truly lean on precisely because you don't try to prop her up in a way that inadvertently makes her weak. You offer the space for her to find her own strength, with your unwavering, stoic frame as the unbreakable backdrop. So, what's the real deal here? Understand this. It's not just about being stoic. It's a calculated play, a masterclass in control, emotional, a modern Machiavelli move that redefines power. This isn't just a simple interaction. It's a sophisticated Wago mental, where subtle manipulo ensures you maintain your frame, earning insaciable respeto as de un deniable hombre de alto valor. This is the core of effective Estrategia Masculina now. Tell me, straight up, are you genuinely leading the emotional dance, or are you still just a bystander, reacting to every ripple? Drop your honest answers and reflections in the comments below, and if you're dead serious about leveling up, about consistently absorbing these exclusive strategies that separate the men from the boys, then hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Don't play yourself by missing out on continued learning. Next, we're cutting through the noise on why your nice guy routine is actually repelling her. Until then, stay sharp, stay in command.